and welcome to the eFresh.com Meat, Poultry and Egg News. Today is the 11th of November. My name is Kim and these are this week's headlines. Hogs in Taiwan test positive for H1N1. Mad cow now a danger. Paperwork turns off Taiwanese importers. Korea bans downer cattle. South Korean beef grabs 50% of market. Hogs in Taitung have tested positive for the influenza A H1N1 virus. The first time pigs have been diagnosed with this strain of flu in Taiwan, the Center for Disease Control Director Steve H.S. Kuo confirmed. Kuo said the virus, also known as swine flu, was found in 3 animals being raised on a farm in the southeastern county of Taitung after they were destroyed. The Taitung County Livestock Disease Control Center began conducting tests on pigs October 27th. After being informed that about 160 out of some 3,000 animals raised on the farm had begun showing symptoms of cough, runny nose, and diarrhea from about 10 days earlier. The virus was confirmed to be the same strain as a new H1N1 strain that affects humans. The decision by the federal government of Australia to relax rules relating to the importation of food from countries where mad cow disease has been identified has triggered a mixed response from the community. The government announced changes to the current importation settings relating to BSE, or mad cow disease, for beef and beef products effective from March 1st of next year. According to a statement released by the government, an update of the science of BSE in consideration of the risks associated with importing the beef and beef products was undertaken by Professor John Matthews. In his report, he concludes that the risk to human health from imported beef remains extremely low, provided the appropriate risk mitigation strategies are put into place. Although Taiwan is set to lift its restrictions on U.S. beef imports on the basis of a recent protocol between the two countries, Taiwan importers are being turned off by costs and the complicated paperwork required to bring in ground beef and offal from the United States. The government's stricter administration procedures, which have driven up the import costs of U.S. ground beef and offal, coupled with public concerns over the safety of the products, have left Taiwanese meat importers reluctant to file for import permits. Potential importers are also required to produce documents proving that U.S. ground beef and offal are from cattle slaughtered after November 2nd, and to show quarantine documents, food safety certificates, and U.S. export permits before they could file for import permit from the Taiwanese authorities. South Korea banned the slaughter of cattle too sick to walk for the meat supply to boost public confidence in food safety. Under the tightened regulation, most downer cattle will be banned from entering slaughterhouses, according to the Ministry for Food, Agriculture, Forestry, and Fisheries. But the ministry allowed some animals that can't walk because of injuries or disease-related giving birth to be slaughtered for meat supply. The downer cattle should be inspected for BSE, or mad cow disease, and then legally buried or sent for incineration, according to the ministry. Last year, South Korea resumed imports of U.S. beef, lifting its ban that had been imposed after a case of mad cow disease was confirmed in Washington state in 2003. The South Korean Agriculture Ministry said sales of domestic beef have increased sharply this year, with its market share reaching 50% in September. According to the ministry, the market share of local Hanwoo beef fell to as low as 36.3% in 2003 after the country fully opened its market to imported beef in 2001, as South Korean consumers generally prefer cheaper imported beef to the domestic product. But demand for locally grown beef has increased steadily this year, even though the local meat usually costs 2 to 3 times more than beef imported from the U.S. and Australia. Consumption of Hanwoo beef has risen sharply this year, and the market share is expected to top 50%. Thank you for watching the eFresh.com Meat, Poultry, and Egg News. See you next time.